Greetings boys and girls, my name is Aridin Kane. Today, I'll show you how to max out your research methods and weapon engineering skills, allowing you to mod any weapon with any mod from very early in the game. If you don't have a pile of skill points and credits saved up to get the skills, I'll start with a quick method to farm those up quickly. Now that you know what we're doing, let's get started. The first thing we need to do is get 8 skill points and credits to buy some guns. If you're coming here from my last video, I showed you how to create a simple outpost on Bessel 3B. We'll use that outpost to craft some stuff to gain experience and levels, getting us the necessary skill points. We'll then sell the items we made to get the credits to buy specific guns. If you need to watch that video, I'll put a link in the upper right hand corner and in the description below. Our outpost on Bessel 3B gives us access to an effectively unlimited supply of aluminum, iron, nickel, and cobalt. We'll use that supply to craft a bunch of adaptive frames and iso-centered magnets. So on this character, I'm level 4 as you can see here, and I've got a total of 2 skill points. We need 8, so let's go ahead and get those 6 levels real quick. First, we're going to head over to our bed, and we're going to go ahead and rest for 5 hours. This will replenish the raw materials we need for crafting. Remember that sleeping for an hour on Bessel 3B equals almost 58 hours of universal time. Resource extractors operate on universal time, not local time. So 5 hours is plenty of time to fill our storage containers with the resources needed. So next we're going to head over to our industrial workbench. And to gain the levels we need, we're going to go ahead and craft adaptive frames which require aluminum and iron, and then also iso-centered magnets which require nickel and cobalt. So I'm going to go through this real quick. So as you can see, we've hit level 10, and we'll just verify that. Yep, level 10 right there. And we have a total of 8 skill points. And then if we look in our inventory, under resources, you'll see we've got 2,000 adaptive frames and 1,400 iso-centered magnets. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head out up to our ship. And you'll notice that we are super encumbered right now, which is not a problem because the game will not kill you off for being over encumbered. So we're just going to run straight to our ship. We're just going to go right into the cockpit. So once you're in the cockpit, we're going to go ahead and drop out to our map. And we're going to head to Aquila City over in the Cheyenne system. And note that we're a little far away because we have the OG Frontier, which has pretty small fuel tanks. So we'll head to RNA first. And now we'll head to Cheyenne.
Welcome to Freestar Space. We're going to do a quick scan for
So once you drop into the Cheyenne system, you'll get scanned. So we'll go ahead and wait for that.
All right, you're good.
Okay, so now we'll drop down to our map and we'll head to Aquila City. The reason we want Aquila City specifically is because it's a great place to buy guns. There's 4 merchants that are relatively close together that all have guns. So in addition to the gun-toting merchants, there's also several merchants where we'll be able to sell our adaptive frames and our iso-centered magnets. So our first stop is going to actually be at the Trade Authority Kiosk right here. So we'll stop there and go to our resource tab, and we will be able to sell 5,000 credits worth of adaptive frames and iso-centered magnets. So we'll do that. And then we'll head into the city. So there's a bit of a kerfuffle at the gal bank over there, but we're going to take a right as soon as we get past that wall. And then we'll head right down this way, and then under this little overpass. And then right here, we'll find Laredo Firearms. That's our first gun shop.
There's not enough to do around here.
So we'll head in and talk to Raisha
Let
Lance.
me know if I can be of service. Here's what I have in stock right now.
Now we won't be able to sell any of our adaptive frames or iso-centered magnets, but she does have quite a few guns. So we're going to want to buy any guns that are not on our list. And I'll go ahead and post a list right here. So we want a Coachman. We'll go ahead and grab one of those. The Rattler is pretty cheap. We'll grab that. We'll grab a Lawgiver. And I think that's all she has for us. Okay.
It's not like it gets much use.
So after we're done at Laredo Firearms, we'll head right back outside. And we're going to head back the way we came and then up these stairs. Go ahead and hop this barrier, and you'll see Gal Bank right there. And then over to our right, this doorway leads into the Trade Authority. So we'll go ahead and talk to Duncan Lynch.
Happy to.
And again, we'll be able to sell some adaptive frames here. And probably most of them, or at least a bunch of them. Yeah, he's got a bunch of credits, so we can finish that off here. Okay, then we'll also check his weapon stock. It doesn't look like he's got anything specifically for us. Let's head back outside. So outside the Trade Authority, we'll turn to our right. And we're just going to hop this barrier real quick. And then turn left. And then down these stairs will lead us directly to Rowland Arms. If we just jump right over that barrier. And Rowland Arms is right here. So we'll go ahead and talk to her.
Lines of credit. You ask me? Traveling and free Stark. Don't make me regret this now.
So we'll check out her weapon supply. And again, we want unmodified versions of the guns because they're cheaper. But if you have to take a modified one, then that's what you do. So we'll go ahead and take this calibrated maelstrom. I don't think there's another one. No, there's not. So we'll take that. We'll take... Let's see if there's a regular side. There is a regular side star. We'll grab this Old Earth shotgun. And that's all we have here. So then we're going to head back outside. And then take an immediate right and avoid all that stuff over on the left there. And then right here is Shepherd's General Store. So we'll go in and talk to him as well.
Take a look around. It's good. I get all kinds in here. Take a gander.
So checking his weapon supply. We've got most of them. And he didn't have the drumbeat that we need. So now what we can do is we don't have all the guns we need. So let's go ahead and head back outside. And we're just going to head right to the hitching post over here. Go ahead and grab a seat. And we're going to go ahead and wait for a total of 48 hours. I'm going to speed this up, of course, so we don't have to wait through all of this. Okay, so we'll go ahead and stand up. It's been 48 hours. And let's just head right back to Shepherd's General Store. He's probably got the best shot of having a drumbeat.
Everyone needs supply. I want.
So go to weapons. And there's a drumbeat, kind of expensive. But let's go ahead and grab that. A Old Earth hunting rifle doesn't do us any good. The only thing I think we're missing is probably a Kraken and a Grendel. So let's hit Rowland Arms real quick.
sure Laredo makes some good guns. See you later. Here's my selection.
And there's a Kraken. So let's look at our list. So weapon, we have a Kraken, a Maelstrom. There's 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we have all the guns that we need. Now the last thing that we're going to need is 7 sealants. Now you may already have these. If you don't, we should be able to pick them up here at Shepherd's.
I'll say right up front. Here, browse to your heart's content.
And you just go down to resources and we'll look for sealant. And there we go. We only need 7, so that's all we're gonna grab. Okay, so with all of the things we need to complete the actual crafting, we're gonna go ahead and head back to our ship.
Hi. Please disregard.
So at this point, we'll head out to our map. And we're gonna go back to our base on Bessel 3B. Although note this time, we can fast travel all the way down to the surface. Now that we have all the guns we need for weapon modding, maxing out research methods is pretty simple. We'll take our 10 guns and create 2 muzzle mods for each one. Specifically, we'll create a compensator and then we'll swap that out to a standard or no muzzle for each gun. After each challenge, remember to add a skill point in research methods and complete the next challenge. So looking at the weapon workbench, and we'll go into the Kraken for an example. The reason we're choosing compensators is because they only require nickel and aluminum to create. And then standard muzzles only require iron and nickel. So we can create those all day long at this base. So let's drop out of there real quick and we'll actually put a point into research methods. I almost forgot. So research methods right there. We are ranked up and you'll notice that it now requires us to create 5 weapon mods or any other kind of mods for that matter. But for our purposes, weapon mods is what we want. So now we drop out. We go to the weapon workbench and we'll start with the Kraken because it's at the top. Go down to muzzle and then we'll create a compensator and then we'll go back to a standard muzzle and that gives us 2 crafts. And we'll go to the Maelstrom and again to the muzzle, compensator, and then no mod, which is iron and nickel again. And that's 4. And then we'll go to our coachman, and again to the muzzle, compensator, and that gets us the challenge. We'll drop back out. 1 point in research methods. And then we'll go to rank 2. And now it requires us to create 10 weapon mods. So it's the same exact process with the same exact guns. So this one I'll just go through real quickly. So that's the next challenge complete. If we go back in, drop a point into rank 3, and now it wants us to create 15 weapon mods, which again, same exact process. And I will once again speed through it. And that completes the level 3 challenge. So if we go back in here and research methods, and now we have rank 4 available. So we'll go ahead and hit that. So now that we have 4 ranks here, we can put 1 rank into weapon engineering. So we'll go ahead and do that. And you'll notice, again, it wants us to craft 5 weapon mods. There's a bit of a pattern here developing. So the process is exactly the same. We'll go in, And again, go to our Kraken, muzzle, compensator, standard. Back out, calibrated maelstrom. We'll go to muzzle, compensator, and no mod. And then we'll go to our rattler, same thing, compensator, and that completes the challenge. And I'll put no mod on there just to get us back to where we were. And again, we'll go back into our skill list. And in weapon engineering, rank 2 is now available. Now this time it wants us to create 15 weapon mods. So the math is changing a little bit. But we still have plenty of guns to be able to do this with no problems. So I'll speed through this one real quick, because it's exactly the same thing as we've done before. So that completes that challenge. If we go back into our skill list one more time, we can now put a point into rank 3. So now you'll notice it wants us to create 30 weapon mods. So this screws up our math a little bit. We've got enough guns for compensators that we can get through 20. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll show you what to do with those last 10 weapon mods. So now that should get us to 20 weapon mods crafted for this challenge. And it does. We have 20 out of 30. So for these last 10 weapon mods, I'm going to go ahead and go into the weapon workbench. And we'll go into the coachman. And for the coachman, the reason we grabbed 7 sealants is because we can craft barrels. The short barrel on the coachman requires only iron and nickel, so we're good there. But the standard barrel requires a sealant, which is why we grabbed 7 extra sealants. So that takes care of 2 more. And then we'll go into the drum beat. And for the drum beat, we want to change the grip and stock. So it's got no stock installed right now. We'll go ahead and install the standard grip, and then we'll go back to no stock. And those both required a sealant. So now we'll go ahead and pop into the Grendel. And for the Grendel, we can change the barrels out. So we'll go ahead and create a short barrel, which requires iron and nickel. And then a standard barrel, which is iron and sealant. And then finally, we'll go to the older shotgun, where we can change out the barrel. Go to a short barrel, a standard barrel. We'll go into the grip and stock, and we'll do add a stock to it, and then a standard grip without a stock. And that gets us our 30 weapon mods. So now we can put a point into weapon engineering, and that gets us to rank 4. So now with all of those skills maxed, we need to complete the research projects to craft the individual mods. And we do that at the research lab. Completing the projects is a simple matter of providing the required resources. I'll put up a list of the necessary resources to complete all of the weaponry projects on the screen. It's not required to complete them all at once, but I know many of you will, hence the complete list of resources. I should note that with research methods maxed out, it will require significantly fewer resources than I've listed, as it doesn't take into account sudden developments that happen randomly, providing resources to complete a project. If for now you want to complete only the projects to get suppressors on your guns, then all you need are 6 titanium, 4 tungsten, 2 sealant, 3 zero wire, 4 tantalum, and 4 polymer. That will get you through the Muzzle Mods 1 and 2 research projects. One final note, to complete the Muzzle Mods 3 project, you'll need to get Special Projects rank 1 from the bottom of the science tree, which is right down here. To do this, get 5 more levels like we did before, and the skill points to go with them. Choose 4 more skills from the science tree to unlock access to Special Projects. And you can choose any of them that you want. Like I would go with spaceship or spacesuit design, botany, and zoology just for the outpost building stuff as well. I didn't find it super helpful early on to get Special Projects 1 or the Muzzle Mods 3 project completed early, so I didn't worry about it. But I want you guys to be able to get it if you're interested. Now you can put any mod on any weapon in the game. That's where your guns get their power. Mods can change how your guns function and adapt weapons to your playstyle. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, I'd appreciate it if you could like the video and consider subscribing to the channel if you want more Starfield content like this. Those things really help the channel to grow. Click on the video appearing in the top right for the playlist of the videos in this Starfield series. The video on the bottom right is the one that YouTube thinks is best for you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.